The Nigerian police and security agencies say that they're working to secure the release of 20 medical students who were kidnapped in the eastern part of the country. Police and university sources note that the medical students were on their way to an annual convention when they were abducted in Benue State on Thursday evening. The Federation of Catholic Medical and Dental Students said in a statement that the students were traveling to the convention in the city of Enugu when they were taken. The Secretary General of the Nigerian Medical Students Association, Fortune Olaye, said 20 medical students from 2 universities as well as 1 doctor traveling with them had been kidnapped. It added that there had been a ransom demand in return for their release. Arise analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to react to the abduction, what the authorities say they're doing to get them out, and the insecurity plaguing the country. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale, and warm welcome to the program.
Welcome. Good to see you.
Right, it seems we got soaked up in issues of end bad governance and protests and so many other things that have been happening that attention shifted away from security, or rather insecurity issues. What's your take on this very tragic development?
It's a disaster. And it's not as if we drifted away. Insecurity was part of the core reason for the protest. So as things stand now, you see, you have to wonder or try and have some telepathy with the mind of these terrorists. What do they want? Why? What are they after? Why are they doing this? You see, Boko Haram started out with no to Western education, and the North is reeling from that. But look at this. You know, it's between they are traveling between the Southeast and the North, and then they have abducted medical students. It's a very sad situation. My initial concern is that the security forces should move fast and rescue them. You see, the issue of ransom should not come in. The security forces must find those who are involved, because it's becoming the norm in Benue State to be killing people anyhow. Just about last week, 20 people were killed, including 2 policemen. Sad. The same thing happens in Plateau State. Get me? In fact, there was a time they said they had more people living in the refugee centers than people living in cities. And people later complained that they want to get back to their homes, because their homes, they say, are being taken over by security forces. So it's a tragic situation. But my initial concern, despite whatever analysis we do, is that those people should be rescued alive and in good time too. Let's leave it at that for now.
All right, then thank you for mentioning that. We're talking about, these students that were abducted, but where they were actually abducted, which is the Otukwe area in Benue, is actually quite notorious for, kidnappings and this kind of behavior. So if we talk about, intelligence gathering in itself, preventing kidnapping and securing safety, do you think that Nigeria's security apparatus is actually utilizing the intelligence that they already have to combat this kidnapping menace? Because that area had already been identified as notorious, like I said earlier.
The fact that an area is notorious does not mean it is sacrosanct that insecurity should pervade there. Get me? You have given the false intelligence that it is notorious. Get me? So the next thing is to deploy people there and wipe out that notoriety. You cannot say, see, police have areas they call dark spots, and they impose special people there to neutralize them. That is how we measure productivity in security. Get me? So the fact that you have marked it out as notorious means that it should be patrolled more, and more people should, so that it rids itself of that reputation of being notorious.
It doesn't.
You get me? So it means, see, if this sort of thing happens constantly, it means intelligence gathering is poor. Do you get me? You see, intelligence is a collaborative effort. The chief of defense staff said it the other time, that they cannot work in isolation. If people give you wrong information, that's why people go and bomb their own people, their own unit. You get me? So you need collaboration. If an area is, are you saying now that, of course, Benue State is notorious for people getting killed, the same thing with Plateau State. You get me? So that is not good for governance. The duty of government is to secure the people who put it in power. If the alternative forces, extra-governmental forces are killing people, this government is failing. This government is failing. You see, this is a serious matter. These are poor medical students going for a conference. You see, if you start extrapolating and reading insinuations into it now, they are Catholic students. You get me? You cannot now say until and unless the police reveal those who capture them. You can make a lot of conjecture, but they will escalate the situation. So that's why I said my initial take is that I can even beg the police or the security forces to rescue these medical students so that the issue does not escalate. See, in Bangladesh, students are rioting, they've removed the government because of quota system for jobs. They said it favored the Awami League, the party of the Prime Minister, they drove away, whose father was the founding father of the party. You see, we have NAS, we have so many student bodies. You don't expect them to be happy with this. But if they have a rallying cry, a rallying cause, it can escalate into what the security forces may not be able to handle. So they should nip it in the bud.
Yeah.
As soon as, don't let it become like the girls, Chibok girls, and all these protracted things that have not been solved. Because the sooner the better to get these students out.
Now, Mr. Sobowale, what are your thoughts on the discourse around this issue? Because some people have been complaining that not enough people are talking about this horrific incident that has happened, whereas we see when these incidents are also amplified, the authorities come and criticize media for glamorizing crime. So with regards to this, do you think there's enough of a conversation happening around the abduction of these young students?
You know, we are in this together.
We're in it together.
Yeah. But I think, see, at a stage, I thought it was being over-reported. You get me? But then, these are human beings dying now. These are human, it's not poultry, it's human beings dying. So I think the media
well, hopefully they're not dead
lot.
yet. Hopefully they're not dead yet. They're abducted, we don't know whether they're dead or alive.
They will never die. That is, I'm not even thinking of that.
Okay.
I'm talking, you brought us back now.
Okay.
That the media was, they said the media was glamorizing. Yeah. I think that was wrong. That was wrong. There are issues we over-report when vested interests come in. But in this particular instance, they said they killed 15 people there last week. It's in the paper. And the governor was there, pacifying people and the family. Everywhere people going to pacify families. Get me? Because the dead cannot come back again. But you can prevent it. And not be playing the role of Salvation Army, pacifying families. Should secure them and make people stay alive. That's my concern. Let the secure. I'm sure the police too are working hard on this, because the area is notorious for that, like you said. Then that's the fault of intelligence. That's the fault of security people. They should clear that notoriety and secure the area. That's all.
Definitely. I wish we had more time. I'd have loved to talk to you about ransom demands and negotiation, but we've run out of time. Thank you so much.
I'm afraid of that.
Maybe we'll save it for you for tomorrow, another day. Thank you for being here. We appreciate your time and analysis, of course.